Good morning, friends. It's time to read from Ecclesiasticus. Thank you for joining us. So, big picture. Here is the big picture of Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, aka the Wisdom of Ben Sira. This morning, friends, we are resuming our reading at verse 12 of chapter 39. So, we are in this second set of collected teachings that runs from chapter 25 through 43. The first one was even longer, went chapter 2 through 23. Dozens more proverbs, which aren't particularly good if you are a woman or a slave. Just saying. Chapter 39, we don't have a whole lot more to go in this section. We won't finish it this morning, but we're not far off from finishing this portion. So I'll be reading from the left-hand column this morning, as I have been doing when doing these readings. The left-hand column here it contains the Common English Bible. The right-hand column contains the same text, only as it is found in the New Revised Standard Version updated edition. I may, from time to time, point out certain things from the NRSVUE, use it to compare, make some interesting points. Perhaps we'll see. It may just simply be there. We'll see how this goes. Good morning, Mom. Verse 12, verse 12. I'll speak of other things. I've been thinking. Let's try that again. I'll speak of other things I've been thinking since I was filled like the full moon. Listen to me, faithful children, and blossom like a rose growing near a running stream. Send forth a fragrant aroma like incense, and bloom with blossoms like a lily. Raise your voice, give praise together, and bless the Lord for all his works. Tell of the greatness of his name, and give thanks when you praise him with songs on your lips and with harps. And this is what you will say when you give thanks. All the works of the Lord are very good. Every command of his will be carried out in its proper time. It's not for us to say, "What's this?" or "For what purpose is this? Is that?" Everything will be examined at its proper time. At his command, water piled up in a heap, and by his spoken word, reservoirs of water stood erect. At his command, his command accomplishes his good pleasure. and no one can diminish the deliverance he intends. The works of all living beings are before him. Nothing can hide from his eyes. He sees from one end of eternity to the other, and nothing is too wondrous for him. It's not for us to say, "What's this?" or "For what purpose is that?" All things were created for their own purpose. His blessing covers like a river and soaks the dry land like a flood. Similarly, his anger will overtake the nations as he changed fresh waters into brine. For the godly, his paths are straight, but for the lawless, they are obstacles. Obstacles, pitfalls. I'm not quite sure I think of those as one and the same, but that's interesting. Verse 25, from the beginning, good things have been made for good people, but bad things for sinners. Basic to all the necessities of human life are water, fire, iron, salt, fine flour, milk, honey, wine, oil, and clothing. For the godly, all these things are for good, but for sinners they will turn into evil. There are winds that have been created for vengeance, and they whip with strength in their wrath. At the moment of consummation, they will pour out their strength, and they will calm the wrath of their Maker. Fire, hail, famine, and death, all have been created for vengeance. The teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, vipers, and a sword, punishing the ungodly with destruction. It's quite a combination, isn't it? These things gladly do what he commands. They will be ready for his service on the earth, and they won't violate his word when their time comes. Because of this, I've been steadfast from the beginning. I've thought things out and left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will supply every need in its time. It's not for us to say this is worse than that, since everything will prove its worth at the proper moment. And now sing hymns with all your heart and voice, and bless the Lord's name. Hard work was created for every person, and a heavy yoke lies upon human beings. From the day when they leave their mother's womb until the day when they return to the mother of all, anxious expectation, the day of death, fills their inner musings and plants fear in their hearts. From the person who sits upon a glorious throne down to the person brought low in dust and ashes. From the person who wears purple on a crown down to the person dressed in rough linen. There exists anger, envy, confusion, unrest, fear of death, fury, and conflict. Even when they rest in bed, nighttime dreams disturb their mind. They get little or no rest. They even toil in their dreams, just as they do in the day, being troubled by images in their mind as one who escapes from war. They wake up at the most desperate moment and are astonished that they were afraid for nothing. To all flesh, both human and animal, but to sinners 7 times more so. Come death, blood, strife, sword, cat catastrophes, famine, ruin, and disease. All these things were created for the lawless, and because of such people the flood happened. Everything that's from earth returns to the earth. Everything that's from water returns to the sea. All bribery and injustice will be wiped out, but good faith will last forever. The money of the unjust will dry up like a river, and it will crash like loud thunder in a rainstorm. Generous people will rejoice, but those who sin will ultimately fail. The offspring of the ungodly won't produce many branches, and they are polluted roots on sheer rock. A reed by any water or river brook will be pulled up before any grass. Kindness is like an orchard of blessings, and an act of charity will last forever. And that, friends, is where we were going to pause as our timer just ran out. And so next time, we'll pick right up here at verse 18. Peace be with you, now and always.